What they should have taught you in school.
It's Saturday morning, and you're doing what most of us do before we even get out of bed. You open your phone and start scrolling. Immediately, you see it. One friend is posting a video from a high-rise downtown apartment. Another just uploaded a picture of the steering wheel of a brand new car. Someone else is walking around Europe with a perfectly curated outfit. You lock your phone, stare at the ceiling, and a very specific sinking feeling hits your stomach. You think to yourself, I work hard, I pay my bills, I make okay money, but somehow I'm completely falling behind. You mentally calculate what they make, what you make, and you can't figure out the math. What do they know that you don't? How is everyone affording this life while you're stressed about a grocery bill? If you've ever felt this way, I need you to take a deep breath. You're not crazy, and you're likely not doing nearly as badly as you think. What you're experiencing right now is the comparison trap. It's a psychological loop where we look at the polished, edited, and perfectly timed highlights of someone else's life, and we compare it to our own messy, behind-the-scenes reality. But in personal finance, this trap is actually dangerous. It's not just making you feel bad, it's the exact mechanism that pushes smart, hard-working young adults into years of financial struggle. To understand why, we have to look at a pair of numbers that simply don't make sense together. Right now, the average monthly payment for a new car in the United States is over $700. Think about that. That's $700 leaving a checking account every single month just for a vehicle. At the exact same time, statistics show that over 56% of Americans can't cover a $1,000 emergency from their savings. If their car breaks down or they have a medical bill, they have to put it on a credit card. How can those two facts exist in the same reality? How can people drive cars that cost almost $1,000 a month but not have $1,000 in the bank? The answer is the hidden mechanism working underneath all those social media posts. It's called the monthly payment illusion. Let's look at a completely normal, hypothetical friend. We'll call him Alex. Alex has the nice apartment, the new car, the designer sneakers, and takes the weekend trips to music festivals. From the outside, Alex looks incredibly wealthy. You look at his life and think he has massive amounts of money in the bank. But you're not seeing Alex's bank account. You're seeing his cash flow being drained. You're looking at the stuff, assuming the stuff represents wealth, when in reality, the stuff is almost entirely funded by debt. Let's pull back the curtain and look at the actual math of Alex's life. That new car? Alex didn't walk into the dealership and write a $40,000 check. He signed a piece of paper committing to a $750 monthly payment for the next 7 years at 9% interest. That beautiful downtown apartment? He's splitting it with a roommate, but he still had to put his security deposit on a high-interest credit card because he didn't have the cash. Those weekend trips and festival tickets? They were purchased using a buy now, pay later app, splitting a $500 weekend into 4 easy payments. Alex doesn't have more money than you. Alex has significantly more debt than you. When you don't understand this hidden mechanism, you make a massive common mistake. You try to keep up. You feel behind, so you convince yourself that you deserve the car, or the trip, or the apartment. You think, if I can just squeeze the monthly payment into my paycheck, I can afford it. But when you do that, you're trading your future freedom for a temporary feeling of fitting in. You're taking the money that should be building your financial foundation and handing it straight to a bank in the form of interest. You're literally turning someone else's highlight reel into your own monthly payment. If you try to build your lifestyle before you build your foundation, your financial house will collapse the moment the wind blows. It's like trying to put a luxury roof on a house before you've poured the concrete. You have to secure your defenses before you go on the offensive. You have to stop the bleeding before it starts. Instead of just blindly saving or throwing cash at random stuff, smart, wealthy people have a proven roadmap, a strict financial order of operations. First, they build their financial armor by saving just enough to cover their highest insurance deductible, stopping any bleeding before it starts. Then, they capture free money like an employer match and brutally attack toxic, high-interest credit card debt. Once those defenses are secure, they go on the offensive, building a massive 3 to 6 month fortress of cash, and they funnel money into tax-free investments. When you understand this exact sequence, you stop making emotional money choices. You stop feeling behind your friends because you know exactly which step you are on, and you know exactly what distractions to ignore. To navigate this roadmap, you need to stop wondering where your money went and start telling it where to go. You don't need to be a math genius, and you don't need to stop having fun. You just need a simple, visual system to forecast your bank balance and map out your reality. By using a zero-based approach, like the Budget Smarter system in the description, you can put your exact income at the top and give every single dollar a job before the month even begins. You split your paycheck to show precisely what is needed for survival, what gets funneled into your current step on the financial ladder, and what's left over for guilt-free spending. When you use a tool to see your money mapped out clearly on a screen, the anxiety disappears because the mystery disappears. The moment you have a plan on paper, everything changes. You stop caring about the cars, the apartments, and the vacations on your phone because you finally understand how the game is actually played. You realize that true financial peace isn't looking wealthy on the internet. It's knowing that when an emergency happens, you can just write a check and go to sleep. You're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be, building a real foundation that no one can ever take away from you.